All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another post-fight discussion video. All right, y'all. All right. I knew this fight would deliver, and man, did it deliver. Sumiko Inaba versus Veta Arteaga. I know I was wrong about one thing in this fight. I was wrong about one thing and right about another in this fight. All right, number one, I was wrong. This fight went the distance. It went to the cards. I thought this fight was going to end in the finish, going either way for either Veta or Sumiko. Going off of their strengths in the past, I said, okay, if you put these two together, you're going to get fireworks. All right, we did get the fireworks. It didn't go, it didn't end in the finish like I thought. It did go the distance. Number two, though, I was right about there was blood. Anytime Vita's in a dog fight like this, there's going to be blood. So that prediction I got right. When it came down to it, I had to go with Sumiko Inaba in this fight. I didn't get a chance to do any prediction videos for this because I've been busy last week. But when it came down to it, I said, Sumiko, she's got the momentum right now. She's got the speed and the technique, and man, it showed in this fight. I mean, all around, the perfection of her technique is growing. Sumiko Inaba, she's getting better on the feet, getting better at controlling distance, the hand speed. I know Veta Arteaga, sometimes she can just lead with her face, but I still got to give her credit. She's a dog in there. She's got the experience. She's been here before. So she should know how to control a fighter like this. But Sumiko Inaba just one step ahead, maybe 2 or 3 steps ahead with that hand speed and just overall selection on the feet, man. She was just really killing Veta Arteaga with that one basic weapon I'm always talking about. That's right, that jab. The jab is something I'm always talking about over here. Whether it's boxing or MMA, it's an effective weapon. You might have to throw it a little bit different than you do. You might have to throw it a little bit different in MMA than you do in boxing, but the jab is still a beautiful weapon, and it's a significant weapon. And if you use it right, you can work wonders with it, man. And Sumiko Inaba, she was really building off this jab. It really helped when she switched stances throughout the fight. Just overall, great work, on this level. She really showed some improvements from her last fight. She was fighting a very disciplined and controlled fight against an experienced veteran of Veta Arteaga. First round right away, like I said, just slamming that jab in Vita's face. And as she was throwing that jab, she was able to land body kicks and leg kicks. That's opening up a lot of opportunities. The speed, it was really giving Veta problems, as Inaba would just kind of feint her way in and then start landing those right hands, and then she stepped right out of range. So, Vita's thinking, oh, man, I'm getting tattooed up, but how can I get off? Because she's gone before I can get something off, right? I can't get her timing down. And then Inaba, she's able to switch southpaw, like right as she's stepping in, and throws this double right hand. The first right hand just kind of like a feint, then she lands one right hand and throws this left head kick. So you're really seeing like the speed and athleticism of Inaba here. She's really getting all this work in the first round. Then she goes back to orthodox, starts pumping that jab out, puts Veta on the cage. When she puts Veta on the cage, she's able to land these hard elbows and these combinations, just kind of pushing her back and then just beating her up on the cage. Veta got in a few licks of her own. She did. She got in a couple right hands in the pocket, but that's more just whenever Sumiko Inaba just gives her that opportunity. She's just giving her the opportunity, because when she's letting off her offense, of course, she might get tagged a few times, But overall, it's just that variety and that slickness already killing Veta Arteaga in the first round and drawing blood. The second round, Inaba, straight right hand, couldn't miss. The way she blinds it with the jab and then just lets it go, it's just landing right on the money. It makes Veta Arteaga have to wait, try to catch her on the entry again. But again, Inaba just keeping distance well, steps in with these different attacks, body kicks, switching to that southpaw jab again. Veta at this point, she's just getting bloodied up, but I'd say she's still game. She's always game. She just can't get anything off because she's dealing with a speedy fighter. Maybe if Inaba stayed in the fight, like on the inside a little bit more, Veta probably would have more of a chance, to land her knees to the body and possibly get it to the ground and look for that submission win. But again, just a good striking clinic for Inaba. She was using her IQ here, and you can really hear those right hands landing. So, these shots are getting the respect for real. Again, I was impressed going into the third round. Sumiko Inaba, gas tank is still full. She's still moving at the same pace, still letting the combinations go, still committed to the jab. Vita's not throwing enough leg kicks to me. Like throughout this fight, I thought she could have threw more to the body just to slow Inaba down, and then that'll open up the headshots. But at this point, Inaba's just painting Veta with right hands, just painting with those right hands and just continuing to, step in and out at these angles. I was really impressed with Inaba's legs in this fight. I mean, she had legs all the way to the end, still moving and keeping angles and just beating her to the punch, just keeping up that pace, staying on the balls of her feet, going in and out. Inaba wanted that finish as it got down the stretch. When she saw that blood and got down to the 10-second mark, she started letting them heavy shots go, couldn't miss. Veta Arteaga got that heart. She stayed in all the way to the end of the fight. Otherwise, great performance from Inaba. I enjoyed it. It was a really good fight, really good showing for, somebody that's trying to climb the rankings. What is she, like 5-0, 6-0 now? Correct me if I'm wrong. So just seeing somebody in the single digits like that in Bellator, putting that type of performance on over, an experienced fighter like Veta Arteaga, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was a good fight, good hand speed and everything. I know right away as I was watching the fight, I had like a fantasy matchup in my head. I said, dang, man, I'd like to see Natalia Silva versus Sumiko Inaba. Of course, that can't happen, but I was just like, seeing these type of fighters that are just so quick on their feet and have this type of hand speed and gas tanks, they just have the legs to keep going throughout a fight. It was impressive, so I was just like, man, how would she match up with somebody like her? That would be like a striker's paradise right there. You know what I mean? But yeah, otherwise, man, Sumiko Inaba definitely made a good statement. This is her best win to date. From here, just keep stepping it up. Just keep stepping it up. She could fight. I believe she could fight the former world champion Juliana Velasquez from here, or fight the loser from Friday night, Indiana Bennett, or Justine Keach. Justine Keach is still in there. So that would probably be a good name. Fight Justine Keach, then go to the former champion or the former contenders from there. You know what I mean? Either of those names would be solid for her. Eventually, her and Arteaga might meet up. I don't think they'll let them fight yet, since they're both, kind of building themselves up, and they're kind of like prospects. But eventually, I like to see that matchup. But I definitely have to go with Sumiko Inaba. The way she's able to control, just the range and just fight off a beautiful jab like that. But yeah, from here, Sumiko, just keep it up, keep on doing what works for her. Of course, the styles are going to be different. Veta, of course, doesn't have really great defense, so it's going to switch up. So I just hope that her takedown defense is an important key in their training from here, and even her ground game. I really want to see Sumiko Inaba, what she can do even off her back, and as far as her wrestling, in the future. But yeah, guys, I enjoyed that fight. I recommend checking it out. It's free on Bellator's YouTube channel. Just go back to Saturday night's prelims and check it out. I had to watch it again the day before I did this video. For real, man. But yeah, guys, let me know what y'all thought of the fight. If y'all saw it, what do y'all think of Sumiko Inaba? I think she's a good fighter. Building up. Like I always say, the jab is the key. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.